founder and president of Art in Motion, this little group that seems to keep gaining momentum through the wonderful partnerships that we formed. Garden Stock is the result of a partnership between the University of Kentucky, and Bob Wiseman's going to be speaking to you a little bit later, LexTran, the Ellsford Place Neighborhood Association, and Art in Motion. After UK's Bob Wiseman committed $12,000 in funding for this project, and LexTran offered matching funds, Art in Motion worked with our partners to develop a call for designers that was unique to this location and this corridor. Art in Motion's mission has been to build transit shelters that incorporate murals and sculpture. But through this unique partnership, and mainly due to the inspiration of Claudia Mickler, we went in a new direction and incorporated living plants. And this is a whole new art form, and obviously it brings a very sustainable element to the structure. This is our most progressive, most sustainable art shelter yet. And I think that is the beauty of partnerships, is that you bring together different ideas and different sentiments and different principles, and together you come up with totally new ideas. After we advertised the design contest, we received 19 entries from some of the most creative firms in the area, and also several from UK's landscape design program that were really, really good. We put together a jury of stakeholders, which included Lance Broking and Warren Denny of UK, and Ellsford Place representatives Claudia Mickler, Alice Christ, and Wendy McAllister, and also Jim Clark of LexArts, who always partners with us and helps advise us. And they had a really tough decision because we got so many beautiful designs. But I think it's pretty obvious that they made the right choice by choosing Prajna's design. It is just a truly elegant structure with exquisite woodworking made from just a host of reclaimed, recycled, historic, and native materials. So really take time to look around, and we're going to be putting up a sign soon that'll have all the information that's on your flyer. And if you didn't get a flyer, you can get one from Jill Barnett of LexTran that really tells you all the different elements and materials that were brought together by Prajna for this structure. I just want to quickly thank our partners before I have the rest of the people speak. Bob Wiseman of UK, Lance Broking, and who was such a great partner throughout this entire process. We had some hurdles to get over, some KU hurdles and other hurdles, and he was just a really great partner to help us do that. Warren Diddy and Shane Tedder, who served on the jury. Of course, Claudia Mickler, our inspiration, Alice Christ, who stuck it out with us the whole way through many, many, many versions of the design call and many, many emails, and Wendy McAllister of Ellsford Place, and our partner LexTran, LexArts, and of course our right-hand man, Joey David of the LFUCG Planning Division. Thank you so much for coming, and now I'd like to introduce Mr. Bob Wiseman of UK, who got us started.
Well, thank you, Yvette. It's a pleasure to be here representing UK, and I will be very, very brief. We were pleased to be a financial supporter of this project because we think it lends itself to three issues that are near and dear to our heart and campus life and the community life. That's appreciation of public art located near our Singletary Center, the need to support public transportation for our employees and our students, and finally to showcase for our students, faculty, and staff the growing issue, and no pun intended, on sustainability, which we've been very active in. So it's a beautiful structure. We're pleased to be a part of it. We've still got a project to install trees over here. If it ever rains again, those trees will go in this fall. And I do want to express my appreciation to everybody that supported the project, that pushed for the project, and that assisted in funding the project and donating to the project. So congratulations on a great structure. Especially to the artist who designed it too. Beautiful.
Thank you, Bob. Now I would like to introduce Rocky Burke, who is the General Manager of LexTran, and he's going to say a few words about our partnership.
Thank you, Yvette. It is a real pleasure to be here today, and I thank so many of you for coming out today. This is the fourth art shelter that we've been able to do the ribbon cutting and unveil, and it's just another one of these most unique art shelters I've literally seen in my life. You know, it's one of these things. I'm so passionate about public transit, and of course it's very functional, and we're at a location, you know, where Mr. Wiseman just mentioned serves the students and the faculty population, that sort of thing. So it's great that it's here, and of course the design is so unique, it's unbelievable. You know, he's talked about such sustainability, and LexTran's doing all that we can in that regard as well. So it's really neat, but it's great to be here again with all the partners in this, especially UK and certainly LexArts. One of the things that you know, I just wanted to mention a couple of things about this. Yvette's already touched on them, but it's, you know, the sustainable piece of this. It's a hard word to say. But you know, it incorporates a lot of the locally grown living plants and shelter itself. So many recycled, environmentally friendly products as part of the structure. And of course, if you look up on top, you got the green roof. So someone mentioned maybe we should put a goat up on there or something to keep it mowed down. But at any rate, I think that's really cool. And if it ever does rain, we might get it to grow a little more. Who knows? But I think that's just really neat. And again, just wanted to thank everybody for showing up, and I'm so proud to be a part of this you know, relationship that we've had over the years with LexArts. It's really special. And Yvette has already recognized most of the partners in this project, and so I won't go through that, but I would be remiss if I didn't thank my board of directors for supporting us in this project, and I have several here that I'd just like to recognize for a moment. Our board chairman is here, Mr. George Miller. I saw him someplace. There he is, back in the back. And then Tyrone Tyra is here, my board member. Harold Tate. Rhonda Strauss was coming, who actually is an employee of UK. Is she here today? I haven't seen her. Maybe not, but she was very helpful in this project as well. So again, thank everybody for coming out, and I look forward, Yvette, to the next one. She and I were just talking. We just did one of these about 3 weeks ago, and she puts in countless hours on these projects. So I know she is glad to be able to take a little bit of break from these ribbon cuttings and grand openings. But aren't they neat though? It's just amazing. Again, I travel all over the U.S. and have managed bus systems. There's nothing as unique as this in the United States. So it's something to be very, very, very proud of. Thank you all very much.
Thanks, Rocky. Okay, now we're going to hear from Claudia Mickler, both Ellsford Place neighborhood. She lives right in this area, and Mickler's Greenhouse that she owns with her husband, John Mickler. It's a century-old business, and she's going to tell us about her part in this process and her inspiration for helping us go in this wonderful direction. Claudia? There you are. You know where you are?
Synchronicity of events led to this artful collaboration. We at Ellsford Place Neighborhood Association want to say how pleased we are with the results. Euclid Avenue's increasingly industrialized streetscape needs softening, humanizing. Thank you. The Ellsford neighborhood saw an opportunity to reverse this trend by combining the university's plan to increase green space with an Art in Motion bus stop. We hope to bring aesthetic beauty and green relief to one small block of this gray boulevard. Thank you, Yvette and Art in Motion, for providing the framework for the project. It was a pleasure to work with Alice, Chris, and the neighborhood committee and all the members of the jury committee. The University of Kentucky donated valuable space, financial assistance, and a promise of weekly water, all of which is greatly appreciated. LexTran has been an open-minded partner in creating interesting spaces for Lexington's bus riders. Prajna's design was a perfect way to fulfill the criteria of all parties involved: no small task. Their structure has beauty of line, is rich in texture, and is very durable for easy maintenance. As these plants mature, it will become increasingly green, literally. It is a truly restful spot in a sea of hardscape. Gary and David, you are the best. Thank you all for the time and patience invested to improve the neighborhood.
I was so busy thinking about her speech. It was so good, I almost forgot to come up and introduce the next speaker. Next we have Joey David of the LFUCG Planning Division. He helps LexTran do long-range planning, which makes him a perfect partner to work with Art in Motion, and he also is with the Metropolitan Planning Organization.
Thanks everyone for taking time out of your day to share this moment. As Yvette said, I speak from the city perspective in the Lexington area MPO, and this definitely fits in our long-range and short-range plans. This is the type of transit enhancement that we'd like to see. It makes comfortable space. It turned just a regular street corner into a beautiful place. I see people sitting here that aren't even waiting for the bus now, and I think that's a testament to the success that we've achieved with this project. This project really embodies a cooperative spirit that we're going for. There's so many people. I think over 20 different entities came together to put something into this, and I think that is a huge thing, and that's something that we really want to celebrate and highlight. And I think that Gary from Prajna will talk a little bit more about that, because he was sort of a nucleus that brought a lot of different folks together to do that, and I really want to celebrate that aspect of it. I really appreciate the design that these guys came up with. It's just, I think it speaks for itself, the sustainability of it, the familiarity of it, the things that are used here. I'm not sure if you've seen the spec sheet on all of the different materials, but each piece of wood or steel here has a history in it. You know, some of the wood I think might have come from Joe Rosenberg's downtown. The demolition of that building. There's some whiskey vat wood in there, barn wood. That the bench is made from white pine from a barn. And like I said, I'm gonna let Gary talk a little bit more about that. But I can't say enough about the materials and the craftsmanship that went into that to create this structure. And I want to take a moment also to celebrate Art in Motion. You know, this is our 4th project that we've pulled off, and I want to celebrate Yvette Hurt. She's got an amazing tenacity, and her vision is being realized with these projects, I believe. And I just want everybody to know that there's an incredible amount of work that goes into these things. It doesn't happen like that. I would bore you if I told you all the things and the levels and layers of things that go into pulling this off. But this lady right here is really the reason behind it and why it's happening. She's got some great powers that culminate in these things right here, and we as a community should be thankful for people like this. These are visionaries that make our place that we live a great place, and it sets us apart from others, I believe, when we have things like this happen. So I personally want to thank Yvette for the community of Lexington for doing this. It's a great thing, and it really fits in our big plan. I would also like to tip my hat to the University of Kentucky for believing in this project and for laying out the resources and working so diligently with us to accomplish this. It really says a lot, I think, for our relationship with the community. So these are great things that I think we need to celebrate and consider. And also LexTran, they're the ones, they put up a significant amount of money for this as well.